Hello everybody, Grandmaster Von Typhoon here, and this is episode 10 of Vonny's vlog. Now, it's been a while actually. The last video I posted was 2 months ago, right before I started camp. It's been a long time since last video I posted, and things have changed with the site, with me, with the guild. It's going to be a whole new production once the game actually comes out. We're going to get a lot of stuff flowing. So, what I'm going to talk about is just a quick overview of the meeting tomorrow, and then I'm going to tell you this amazing story about what happened on my trip in California, which was the last trip I went on, which was for 7 days. So, where to begin? At the council. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern Time is the earliest the meeting will begin at. If I'm not on then, I'll come on in the next few hours. We'll have the meeting sometime, hopefully before 5 o'clock Eastern Time, of course, and we'll get everything over with. We're going to talk about, the people leaving with stuff. I'm in the chat. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Skyping with friends. Anyway, we're going to go over the people that are leaving to ROT. It's fine, guys. We've been through this before. Honestly, you got to get over it. They're not into guild recruiting at all. And if they are, honestly, just forget about it. Who cares? To be honest, at this point, if they continue doing that, then they're lowlives. If they're not into guild recruiting, then it's fine. Let the people be where they want to be. Alright? That's my opinion on the matter. But I will give you the final census of what's going on after the council meeting. Also, new site renovations, which we will talk about. The guild itself as a whole, PvP versus RP situation. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's it. So, yeah. Now, for the California. It's 1 week is a long time, very long trip. Got the hat from an Angels game, which we went to with camp. But I'll get into that later. So, if you don't know, California and New York are the west and east coast of America. So, to get to California, it took 6 hours, and we were going literally back in time because, it's like, you'll understand. But eventually, yeah, so we took a plane ride for 6 hours. We got to California. And immediately we went to this place called Venice Beach, which I'm sure a lot of you know about if you know about California. If you know Kasim G on YouTube, he does a lot of videos in Venice Beach. And it was, let me tell you something, it was like, that was one of the funniest days of the trip. Basically, we went into one of those like joke shops that have like all the t-shirts with funny stuff on it. And they had a whole section of shirts with like Sesame Street characters and cartoons and stuff. There was like SpongeBob, the Barney, Big Bird, Cookie Monster, all them. And so what we did was we got all those shirts, but in the smallest size possible. So literally, the shirts would be like up to here, and it was just hilarious. So we all walked out with these really tight, small shirts on, and we took off all the shirts. So all we were wearing was that, and obviously our pants. But and all these people walking through Venice Beach saw us, and they decided to take pictures with us, which was great. It was really funny. And that was that. We got back to our hotel, went to sleep, and there we go. Next morning, which is probably one of the major highlights of the trip, was, I'm not going to use names, and it's no one you know, but I'm still not going to use names. But anyway, there were a few of us already downstairs in like the main lobby where we were going to eat breakfast. But like about 21 of us, no, 19 of us were upstairs getting awoken by our two counselors. They're like 19-year-old counselors, I'm pretty sure 20. They rounded us all up, and we decided, this elevator can fit all of us in there. Let's all go in at the same time, But just to make sure, let's check like the weight requirements. And it said we cannot pass 2,500 pounds. That's 2,500. And we were just assumed that nothing was wrong. So the 21 of us got into the elevator, and we were on level 3, so we clicked the lobby. We went down the first floor, and everything was fine. The second floor, however, just as we were passing it, the elevator just stops randomly. And we're like, oh, what's going on here? We waited about a minute or two, and then we're like, this isn't good. What are we going to do? And it turns out that the elevator was stuck because of the wait. We overdid the wait. So we kind of got screwed there. Our counselors called the head counselor and all these other people, and they talked to the main lobby, and the main lobby had to call in the fire department to get us out of the elevator. Ho ho ho. So we were in the elevator for about 30 minutes before the fire department came, and we were in there for another 15 minutes after until we got out. So that was 45 minutes stuck in that little elevator with 21 people. So yeah, there was a little claustrophobia with some people. Some people were freaking out, some people were laughing. I was one of the people that was like, oh god, whatever. We'll be out of here soon. And eventually, it was up to the point where the fire department took a crowbar and wrenched open the door, and for like there was like a little bit of about that space between the door and the wall, and you're like, all right, I can't hold this with the crowbar, so we're gonna have to use an airbag to blow up the door, literally blow up the door. So we all huddled into a corner, like the far corner. The elevator door was here, and we like went to the far corner over there, and all we hear is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from the other side of the elevator, and then this loud bang, and literally the doors flew off the hinges and went flying like it's always over here, so to the right side of the elevator, and it wasn't big enough for us to get through there because it came back, so they had to blow it up again, and this time they like fell off. They almost fell down the elevator shaft, but they like got caught, and we realized that, oh god, the second floor is over here, and we're like down here, so we had to climb our way up out of the elevator onto the second floor, and it was a great experience, I must say. 45 minutes stuck in the elevator, and the police fire department coming to blow up the doors, so that was fun. After that, we went to an Angels game, and that was that. Went to work out the hat. It's free, by the way. I didn't have to pay a dime. So anyway, next day we. What did we do next day? I'll basically give you the overview. We went kayaking and snorkeling for one day. We went to San Diego Zoo. Oh, we went to Universal, and we also went to Disneyland in California. And you see this bag? I found the newest addicting hobby that people are getting into. It's called Vinylmations. Can you see that? Vinylmations? I hope you can. I'm not really going to check right now. Basically, it's a box with a random Disney-created character that is shaped like a Mickey Mouse, but has something to do with either a Disney ride or show. And I got about 4 of these, and each of them will cost $13, so that's kind of crazy. So look at this. You see that? This is the Vinylmation of the Tiki Room, which is the ride at Disneyland. Well, it's not really a ride, it's like a show. And this is probably one of the coolest ones that I have. But I'm not getting into this hobby thing. I'm probably just going to sell all these and give one to my little sister. But anyway, yeah. So I got 4. I have a bag of these. Pretty cool. And it's kind of pathetic how, like, literally a bunch of high schoolers just started getting into, like, our 4-year-old selves and got back into these Disney things. So that was kind of dumb. But in the end, you know what? I might make a little bit of money off them, and I'll keep one for the memory, and that'll be that. The second day before the trip was over, we went to Dave & Buster's. And Dave & Buster's, what me and my friends decided to do was, okay, how about this? We're all going to try and get like a lot of tickets, and the person who gets the most tickets gets to keep their own tickets plus everyone else's tickets in the competition. So we did that, and guess who won? I got like 1,114. So I got to take everyone else's tickets, and I got like about 5,800. And with that, I got this bad boy right here. Yes, it's a giant dice, but what's inside the dice? Let's have a closer look. Here is the top of the dice box. You open it, look on the inside. First thing you see, a checkerboard. Under that, a bunch of poker chips, which is pretty cool. You pull that off. What do you have? 2 decks of cards, and dominoes and the checker pieces. And then under that, there are just a few random dice games. But yeah, so that is really cool. I'm actually I'm really happy that I got to get this, because this was pretty cool. I'll be using it in the future, I guarantee it. I love poker. I love card games. And that's that. So now we're going on to our last day. Oh, by the way, at Universal, I also did the I Fly thing, which is, if you know who White Boy 7th Street is on YouTube, he did it. He dolphin dived into it. Basically, it is a chamber that pushes air up into you, and it simulates you skydiving. It's called I Fly. And obviously, we all had like a 10-minute training thing, and then we all jumped in. Well, not at the same time, but we all eventually jumped in, and we all flew up into the air, and it was a great experience. But anyway, so the final day was kind of crazy. We did segways. We did a segway tour around San Diego, and if you don't know what a segway is, it is like that thing that mall cops ride around in the mall, and it's just great. Hold on, let's see how much time we have left. All right, we have 4 minutes. Okay, I gotta make this quick. So, so yeah, basically all it is 2 wheels, a platform, and a bar. And you have to lean forward in order for it to move. It's not like a button or anything. It takes your weight and moves forward, and if you pull back, it moves back, and it's really cool. So what you have to do is trust in the Segway. You have to literally go like this. I'm going to turn my legs around again. And fall forward. And the Segway somehow keeps you standing, and it just pushes you forward. And you turn it, go back. So anyway, there is this guy called the Green Shirt in my camp, and basically what the Green Shirts do is that they run the camp for the teen tour travel, which I'm in. They make all the trips and stuff, and one of the Green Shirts, I'm not going to use his name, is a new Green Shirt who's the new person leading my camp's teen tour, and we had to fill out these applications for safety reasons for the iFly thing I just told you about, snorkeling, kayaking, and segways. Out of those 4 things, which one do you think is the least? Which one do you think has the least amount of chance of getting hurt? Segways, obviously, but apparently that's wrong. So this Green Shirt guy says in the beginning, who would be such an idiot to fall off their own Segway? Apparently he is. We went in shifts, and it took about an hour, so I was waiting with my shift, the second shift, and he was in the first shift. When they were coming back to the park where we have the Segways, you know those little roadblocks that, you park cars in front of? Yeah, he went into that roadblock and face-planted into the sidewalk. Now, you'd probably start laughing and be like, ho, what an idiot. Yeah, well, guess what? He lost 2 teeth, broke his nose, and chipped 3 of his teeth. He had to be rushed to the hospital because of it. A Segway did this to him. And then, with that in mind, I got on my Segway and started doing the thing. I was, very paranoid. I'm like, oh my god. That was scary, though. And then, guess who else got into an accident? I was riding behind one of my friends on his Segway, and he was going a little bit slower than I was, so what he did was he pulled to the right, and I was directly behind him at this time. He pulled him to the right and said go left to pass him, but I didn't hear him, so I kept going straight, and my right tire clipped his left one, and I face planted also. But you know what? I wasn't touched. I'm like, oh, this is great. I didn't get hurt. But then one of my other idiot friends decides to roll right by me to the left, where I'm on the ground like this, and he scrapes my arm. If you can't see that, I hope. Let's see. Can you see this? This was actually from here all the way down. This is the one left healing, and this doesn't look like much, but it was almost to the bone. It was very deep. and that hurt like a mother. Yeah, but that's the end of the trip. I wasn't crying or anything, obviously. I got over it. We poured a little rubbing alcohol on it, and that was fine. So yeah, that's it. Oh, damn it. Okay, I gotta go, guys. 15 minutes is up. That's YouTube count. Sorry. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching Vonny's vlog. Stay, go Republic, and have fun. Goodbye.